Good morning, and welcome to the Desert Vista campus of Pima Community College. My name is Rafael Rojas, and I'll be the MC for this event. I am the Veteran Outreach Coordinator for the Military and Veteran Services Department, and on behalf of the department, our student veterans, military members, and their dependents, we would like to welcome you to this special event today. The first person I'd like to introduce is Dr. David DeRay. Dr. DeRay was a reservist chaplain in the Navy and is currently the president of all Pima campuses. At this time, I'd like to welcome Dr. DeRay to provide the official welcome and his opening remarks.
Thank you so much. He's such a tall fella, isn't he?
We'll work on that.
I think you played basketball for the academy, didn't you? For the Air Force Academy, pretty impressive. Yeah, when you're my size, you never want to stand too close to basketball players. So good morning, everyone. And this is such a special day, and we're so honored to have our veteran students here to get these beautiful quilts. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But before I do that, I want to acknowledge some very important people that are here to really celebrate with you and to honor you. First, I want to acknowledge our governing board member who is a veteran as well and who's going to also get a quilt today, Katherine Ripley, who represents Pima Community College board member. So, Kat, could you please, everyone, thank you. Also want to acknowledge our provost and executive vice chancellor, Dr. Dolores Duran-Certa, who's with us today. And I want to acknowledge another veteran who's going to get a quilt today, our chief of staff for the college, Tom Davis, who's right next to him. And then we have yet another of our administrators who's going to also get a quilt, and I want to acknowledge the vice president who oversees this campus, Edgar Soto. And between Kat and Tom and Edgar, we've got the Marine Corps, the Navy, and the Army represented. And then we also have Air Force represented. So we've got everybody represented. And I also really want to thank PCC TV. They do such a wonderful job. They're streaming this and then filming today's event, so you'll be able to see this later on. So I want to talk a little bit about, and I know that Bernadette is going to share much more, but this is an incredible organization, the Quilt of Valor Foundation, and it's a national organization serving veterans. Providing quality handmade quilts that may be either machine or handmade. And the quilt really says unequivocally, thank you for your service and for your sacrifice in serving our nation. And I want to also introduce these three wonderful ladies that are here. So we have Ms. Bernadette Pauley. Bernadette, want to raise your hand? And Bernadette is the director of the Quilts of Valor here in southern Arizona, and she reached out to us. Bernadette, thank you so much for reaching out to us. Also want to introduce Betty Ann Hightower. Betty Ann? And then finally, I want to introduce Cheryl Hudson. And they're going to speak in a little bit, and so I'll kind of hold off on saying anything more about your organization, other than to say thank you so much. And these are beautiful quilts. These should keep you nice and warm as the season is getting a little cooler now. And there's nothing like sleeping on a handmade quilt from my perspective. I also want to acknowledge our Veterans and Military Services Department and everyone that is here. Could you raise your hand if you're from our Veterans and Military Services, led by our director, Hector Acosta. I want to talk also just a little bit, before I turn it over, about our veterans here at Pima Community College. So, we have a strong commitment to our veteran students, to our active duty personnel that we serve here at Pima Community College. And currently there are 1,200 declared student veterans and or dependents, with about 472 who are using veteran benefits at Pima Community College. We also have a veteran upward bound program here at Pima Community College, helping veterans transition back to school and help them prepare for college. And then, we're also trying to really shift our systems to better serve our veterans. And so, one of those is finding ways to really scale up, which we're doing now. And I want to commend everyone, because it's been a collaborative effort to scale up our prior learning assessment. Because one of the things that we know about veterans is veterans come with incredible skills and knowledge and experience already, and so we really need to tap into that so that they don't have to keep repeating courses that they really don't need. So again, I just want to welcome everyone. Thank you for those of you who are here to support our veteran students. And now it's my honor to introduce the group leader for the Northwest Tucson chapter of the Quilts of Valor organization, Ms. Bernadette Pauley.
Thank you for having us here today. It's certainly my privilege and honor to be here today with you. I'll tell you how Hector and I met up. Hector plus Bernadette may sound like 101. 1 plus 1 makes 2. But today, 1 plus 1 makes 15. And these 15 veterans today are who this is all about. How Quilts of Valor came to being is because Katherine Roberts, in 2003, her son was in Iraq. Katherine Roberts had a dream. Her dream was about a veteran. Her son was in Iraq. The veteran she dreamed about, though, wasn't her son. It was a veteran sitting on a bedside who was distraught. He was upset. He was probably at the end of his rope. Later in her dream, he had a quilt wrapped around him, and he was okay. He was calm. He was very much at ease. Katherine is a quilter. Besides doing this a lot, we quilters, she talked with one of her friends, and her friend said, "We should do something when our men and women come back from Iraq." At that time, that's what they were all talking about. We should make a quilt for them. So today, we are about 600 groups in every state in our 50 states. There are 10,000 of us, and we meet, most of us, once a month. We're very fortunate that the Catalina Mountain Elks Club provides a space for us once a month, free of charge. We meet, we talk about patterns, we sew, we talk about other things too, but we mostly talk about our veterans. And we're very fortunate because of people like Cheryl, almost every month brings a veteran to us to present a quilt to. I met Hector at a Purple Heart meeting. What was I doing there? Well, one of my high school graduates that I graduated with from Buena High School, yes, we're both Army brats, was a Purple Heart recipient. Hector was there, partially doing his job, I'm sure. I was doing my volunteer, plus David had received 2 Purple Hearts. I had the privilege of awarding a quilt to him, so I was doing my thing for Quilts of Valor, making more veterans aware of what Quilts of Valor does. So, what do you think Hector did? And that's why we're here today. The purpose of the quilt, as I said, and you've already heard, is to comfort and honor our veterans. There's a historical document on each of the quilts, and it explains what happens with our quilts before they're awarded to the veteran. On one line, it says, "Pieced by," and that's the person that took large pieces of fabric, cut them up into all different sizes, and then sewed them back together. No, she or he isn't crazy. That's how you do the piecing for the top of the quilt. Then we send them off to long armors, who are also volunteers all over the nation, actually. We're divided into a group where they may go here in Arizona, Texas, New Mexico, Utah, southern Arizona, and they quilt them. They put a batting in between. We provide the backing for the quilt. Then it comes back to us, and then the next line says binding. That's the edge that's put on. Might be the same name as the piecer, but it also might be a different name. So that's another part of the historical document, the label that's on the quilt. The most important name will be one of the 15 here today, and that's the name at the top. And that's why we're here. I'm one of 9 children, second oldest, so I come kind of naturally to be kind of bossy. So I'm going to tell you how this is going to work. We're going to have this very tall fellow. He sort of volunteered, sort of, kind of, to call off the names, and then Betty Ann and Cheryl are going to do, some of you saw our run-through thanks to a certain Marine. By the way, happy birthday, Marines. So we'll hold the quilt up behind each veteran, then wrap it around his shoulder, and ask him or her to stand aside. And then after they've all been wrapped, we call it, then I have a very important, every single one of you will receive the certificate. We'll read the certificate, and then we want to do a group picture, 20 seconds or maybe even 10 seconds, where we can see your real face, I hope, and take pictures. And then before I forget, we also have a pillowcase that we've made that when it's 114, you can put it in the closet. I don't think you need it for warmth, but you may put it on the back of the couch or something. That's also possible. So that's kind of how we'd like to do this. And I know they might get really warm when we get to number 8 and 9 and 13, so you may need to put it down a little bit. It doesn't feel real warm here, but then I don't have a quilt around me, so I do understand it might become a little bit warm. So here I go. So let's go ahead and start.
All right, recipients, when I call your name, please come to the stage and accept your quilt. Katherine Ripley.
I'm smiling under here. And crying. Thank you so much. Oh, and then. So,
Did she stay up here or did she step to the side?
I think we just have her step to the side then, correct?
stand back here.
Bring her direct.
Okay. Tom Davis. Edgar Soto.
And it's his birthday actually today too, besides the Marine Corps birthday.
Marine Corps, I guess I was destined to be a Marine. My dad's a Marine, born on the Marine Corps birthday. I'll go ahead and take this off so I could.
Christy Marie Camargo.
Look at that smile.
Now, are we sure about this name? Hector Acosta?
We are upside down. Sorry about that.
I am, sir, and I'm sorry.
Thank you for your service.
Sergio Calderon.
Thank you for your service.
William Woodrow Wood.
I don't think you have to bend over, Hector.
No, I don't think I covered that.
Sandra B. Thomas. Oh.
Thank you for your service.
Jason R. Bacon.
Thank you for your service. Yeah.
Kyle L. Graves. Alicia Fuller. Jesus Pina. Candice R. Lowe. Dylan Cruz. Xavier R. Segura.
Thank you for your service.
Do you want to come to the podium?
But it would be each of your names with your service. In this case, it will be Sandra. Sandra B. Thomas, United States Air Force, 10 November 2021, Pima Community College, Tucson, Arizona. The Quilts of Valor Foundation wishes to recognize you for your service to our nation. We consider it our privilege to do so. Though we may never know the extent of your sacrifice to protect and defend the United States of America, we award you this Quilt of Valor as an expression of our gratitude from a grateful nation. Thank you.
We can do it here. Why don't we tier it? Tier it a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, go ahead.
Can you, that person with the point sign, can you move it?
Making trouble down there, Chris? Yours.
I'm glad to see Pima Media here. Yay! So colorful, vibrant. You always like the work of art.
It's a mosaic.
We run to the other side and then probably twice.
Okay, can you get the quilters? Ladies, can you get the, oh, come on.
Oh, come on.
Come on. We should right down center here. Come on, ladies. Oh, yeah, here, right here. Oh, that, definitely one of these. Oh, that's very nice. Oh, yeah. Okay, go ahead and take your mask off. One, two, three. Wow, that's awesome.
What's yours?
I'm gonna get one too, hold on, please.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that's, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pillowcase you can use for storage or. And all those quilts are meant to be used.
We will. Exactly. Wash with cold water, everybody.
On the delicate cycle. Delicate cycle, salt water.
Iron the label to heat set.
I for them. Will you give them? If you want to. That's it.
Thank you, Bernadette and Quilts of Valor, for that very intimate and special presentation. At this time, I'd like to invite Ms. Katherine Ripley, Board of Governor member for District 1, to present the Pima Community College Challenge coins to the Quilts of Valor.
You can have a quilt of. All three of you, please.
All three of it.
You can pronounce the names, right? Did you capture the name?
So, I'm short too. So once again, on behalf of Pima Community College, and especially on behalf of all of our veterans, we want to thank you for not just this day and these exquisite quilts, they're just beautiful, I cried, but for what you do behind the scenes, because I can't imagine how many hours of loving labor it must have taken to make just one of these quilts, let alone 15 and all of the thousands that you've made over the years. So thank you so much. We so appreciate it. I know personally I'm going to just cherish this. My sisters told me send pictures. They're going to be jealous. But thank you so much. And we have a small token of our appreciation. One of our Pima Community College coins. It's a military tradition, as you probably know, to give out coins. So again, thank you so much. Round of applause for these amazing women. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Ripley. To provide the closing remarks, I'd like to invite Dr. Morgan Phillips, our Vice Chancellor of Academic Excellence, to make these closing remarks.
Thank you so much. It's such an honor to be here with all of you today. Veterans are individuals that have committed their lives. They have spent time to lift up our community, our country, and protect us, and we are so appreciative of that. Pima Community College strives to serve our veterans and to do everything we can in our community here in Tucson to support you, to support other veterans in the work that we're doing. The programs that we have, we are desiring to meet the needs that veterans have, and we're providing veteran services on each one of our campuses to try and address those needs. I was excited that Pima was selected as a bellwether finalist this year for our program in paramedics that we've worked with the military to establish at Davis-Bantham and our 29th Street Center. We also have programs that we're doing at the Air Force Base that are for our veterans and for our active duty military that have tuition assistance programs. We really want to support our military because military is strength for us here in this country, and each one of you provide that strength for us. It's such an honor that Quilts of Valor has come to be with us today and to share with each of you these quilts and to allow us to be part of this ceremony. We are truly blessed by your presence. Thank you so much for visiting Desert Vista campus, and we wish you a blessed Veterans Day. Thank you.